Hello and welcome back to the Soda Pops underground secret base for another movie review. And this time we're going over the movie Weapons.
Well,
let's start with
before we dive into that.
Before we dive into what we just witnessed, we have some other little bits of whatever we do on this show. First of all, I went on the Route 127 garage sale on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I picked up this comic because I knew we were doing a horror review, and I found this little stack of comics, and this gem was in there. Where Monsters Dwell, 20-cent cover price. It's just a little 2 or 3 stories in there, different monster stories. I used to like in the 70s, they had a lot of these, The Witching Hour, Tales from the Grave, different things like this. This one was from 1972. So it's cool cover.
Mask of Morgul.
Since we're showing, I think we're in the habit now of showing a comic book per episode anyway. So there it is, a horror comic for this horror movie review. Weapons and this thing.
Well, I brought my own pile.
You brought your own pile.
The Batman Part 2.
The Batman, is that what it's going to be called? The Batman Part 2?
Yeah. Hopefully, people are still on the edge of if it's going to be connected to the DCU or not. We gave our thoughts. Hopefully it's not.
Hopefully it's just a separate entity.
But it did get its release date, October 2027. So, you know, if you're holding out hope for something, you got 2 more strong years in you, I'd give it a go because I can't imagine that won't be a masterpiece.
It'll be, yeah. I'll be looking forward to that, but that's a long ways away.
And this is Batman New 52 0 Year issue 31. Now this is a lot of what we saw at the end of the Batman is in this issue of Riddler blowing the dams. That's in the 0 year, and Flying
Is it based on the movie then?
No, this is before the movie. But they took, when they make a comic book movie, they tend to sometimes take stuff from the comic books, and that's where they took some of those elements, and I think we'll see something very similar to this arc in the new Batman Part 2, since it's only supposed to take place a week after the...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So Gotham will be flooded, overgrown, and whatnot, and that's kind of what happens in this arc here. You see Batman with a bow and arrow, cut off sleeves. Why not?
Cut off sleeves, all right.
Yeah. And then we also got our first look at the new Spider-Man suit in the MCU, so I figured there was no better cover than this classic cover from my personal collection. This is Secret Wars #8, or first print, original print.
Yes, from this.
Most importantly,
I believe I picked that up at 7-Eleven, so I don't know how that...
You picked it up. I don't know what's going on there, but...
Let me see that.
First appearance of the symbiote suit. I mean, just a classic cover.
But this is misleading. You're misleading the audience right now because that is not the Spider-Man suit that we're going to be witnessing, right?
No, we're witnessing a more classic take. I'm just saying, new suit, also new suit.
At the time, yes.
Yeah.
Great story arc if you've never read it. Get the trade paperback. I think these are pretty expensive issues, the originals, aren't they?
Yeah, that's why I have them in my personal collection.
I bet, yeah. This thing looks like I only read this once, man. Which I can't believe. It's got a little crease corner. So, all right.
I mean...
In other news, the Tommy Boy Festival kicked off in Sandusky. Looks to be a huge success so far. Shout out to whoever organized that thing. I know Jason Whirling and his crew was involved with it. Great job. Good crowd down at Sandusky. Good crowd down at Soda Pops. So, we ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm going to tell you what I know. I don't know, but this happens to me a lot. I'm driving around town, or I'm sitting around doing something, and a thought pops into my head, and it's a great scene for a movie. And then I say to myself, well, what happens before that? And I'm like, I don't know, but that's a cool scene. I'm like, you're right, it is a cool scene. And then I go, well, what happens after that? And I'm like, I don't know. But that was a cool scene. I say to myself, you're right, that is a cool scene. But I don't know. But it's got nothing around it, though. And I feel like that's what happened with this movie.
Oh, yeah.
They were sitting around and they're like, dude, what if, like, all of a sudden, kids just get up in the middle of the night and just run out and nobody knows where they went, but they got security footage cameras of them and it's all creepy and everything. There's like, oh, dude, that's sweet. And then they're like, well, what happens before that? I don't know, but that's sweet, isn't it?
They tricked us there. That's because that's what they showed. And then the first trailer we ever saw for this was just.
And then they go, all right, well, what happens? Where do they go? What happens? I don't know, but that's a sweet idea, isn't it? And they're like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's always the case for these type of movies where it's a mystery. They just don't. They don't know what to actually do.
And I don't blame them. I mean, that's a tough scenario. It was a great. I don't know if that's even a premise. Is that a premise or is that just a scene? It's just a visual.
It was, it was a great visual. It was a beautiful visual to see that because you are like,
dude, oh, that is sweet.
What is going on? But yeah, it's so unfortunate. I was so excited for it.
It was, yes. Disappointment is the word I would use.
Yeah,
very disappointing. And as is often the case, it seems like this happens with horror movies a lot. I think in more than any other genre, this sort of thing happens where you're like, oh, that looks cool, and then it just doesn't.
Something doesn't.
I don't even know really in the end if this would qualify as horror. At no point was I ever teetering
on the edge of my seat.
At no point was there a jump scare. At no point was
Which
there.
You don't need in horror.
You don't need a jump scare.
But yeah, it didn't have.
But I was never built up.
A horror feel.
I was never built up to be like awaiting a horror moment. There was no. To me, there was zero horror.
Yeah, it was more like not as good, obviously.
Don't even say.
It was like a thriller.
But see, they never fully went down that road either.
It was like a Silence of the Lambs sort of feel. Not as good. Not even nearly as good.
I don't even. Please erase that comment from your mind.
You know what I mean.
You might be tempted to think, "Well, Silence of the Lambs. I'm gonna go see it." It might. Trust me, no. I don't even know why I brought that up.
Because it's not like a horror, but it's like whatever that genre is. I wouldn't say Silence of the Lambs is a horror.
But I don't think they went down that road far enough either, because
it's like there's something happening.
What's this guy's name?
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin does a little tiny bit of detective work, but I mean...
Yeah, that was the other thing too. I thought it was going to be more of a detective. Not necessarily detective, but a mystery being unraveled, but it was never...
The way they tell the story is by character, which I don't know that really served the plot in any way, but... So they're going through Jimmy, Julie, and Josh Brolin's character was a pretty cool arc because he was doing detective work, and that was kind of cool. But again, it never got fully fleshed out.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a disappointment. Should we get into spoilers? A little play-by-play.
Well, let's just rewind for a second. Since we were disappointed, do you have a favorite horror movie of all time?
I don't even know what counts as horror anymore after you just yelled at me. So. After just brutally yelled at me.
I always wondered why they say Silence of the Lambs is a horror movie.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like that's horror, Seven, or any of those
Seven's
movies.
Not
They're not
horror.
Like horror, but they have a gritty, like a grind to them that
grind.
I think an unease. It's an unease.
Ooh, that's a good word. Yes. At no point in this movie was I ever uneasy. But actually, I was uneased.
Weird thing with the clown.
It's so.
Which I was like, oh, but then I was like, oh.
We'll get to the spoiler on that. Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean,
was.
There was no unease. There was no dread. There was no point ever that I felt. A horror feel. You know what? And they start out with, I guess that'd be spoilers. So we'll just wait on that. But we'll go back. Do you have a favorite horror movie?
I don't know, name some.
I mean, you got your slasher films from the 80s.
Oh, I like Scream. The first Scream.
First Scream classic,
yes. That opening scene is like...
And even...
It still is like, ooh, even if you watch it again and again. Because that's creepy. That's... that guy's got his voice going on, whichever one it is. I know there's a tell.
And also the whole movie though kind of turns the whole horror genre.
Yeah, what is that called when they kind of a meta horror?
Yeah,
but yeah, that opening scene I think was real creepy.
Was good. Yeah,
this poor girl's getting stalked. Who's that? Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
And she was supposed to be. They pushed it like she was a big character to trick everyone back in the day.
She did not.
So I like that. I like I don't know what else is there. I'm not a fan of The Exorcist. I'll say it.
I was because if you were to kick back the question to me, I was going to say
that's
The Exorcist.
That's what I said. I knew that was.
But I think for me though, that's because I saw it at much too young of an age. I don't know what my parents were thinking that I watched that show, and I was freaked out to this day, because that's legit. That's real. That's basically it's a true story, and that's happening every day.
It's not happening every day.
Every day. People are monkeying around with Ouija boards and stuff they shouldn't be screwing around with and getting all messed up.
Yeah, we mentioned this one. We're talking about unease and actually being like scared and real. We mentioned this last week maybe. Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah.
When it dives into the Molech owl god and
it's
the
freaky
Bohemian
because it's
Grove.
real.
Yeah, that like in the theater I was like, wow.
Yeah.
This is unnerving.
I was surprised that they were allowed to do that.
Yeah.
In Hollywood.
That's probably the most recent one.
And then
that was horrible.
Another one that freaked me out when I was a kid, again, saw it much too young and don't know what my parents were allowing to go on in that house over there, was The Omen, which probably a lot of people not, but again, true story. It's the Antichrist as a small baby. As freaky as can be, man. He's raised by hyenas. They switched him at birth. Dude, that freaked me out.
I gotta get a hold of this.
It's got all this like devil imagery and everything. Freaked me out when I was a kid.
Yeah.
He got 666 tattooed on his head, and he discovers it on its own. That might have been in part 2, though he's a little older. They try to take him to church, and he's freaking out. He's like clawing people and everything because they're trying to take him into the church.
I gotta see this movie. There's no way your parents let you watch this. You probably stole this
I was
from the
probably like
freaking video
5 years
store.
old or 6 years old. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you were at a friend's house.
I had a lot of sleepless nights due to them 2 movies.
You know what scared me as a child?
What?
Heath Ledger's Joker. You remember?
Yeah.
You took me to see Zach Smith.
Oh yeah,
He dressed up as the Joker, and
yeah, I
this
don't
is
know
like
why. It
right
was
when
Halloween or something. I mean,
Yeah.
it must have been Halloween. Why else would you dress up as a Joker?
but yeah,
But he was.
him.
I think his sister applied the makeup, and he was legit looking. No, it was for prom, I think.
Why would he be?
I don't know, but it might have been
Somebody
prom.
checking on the Zach Smith character.
Zach Smith, please, if you're watching, leave in the comments why you were dressed up as the Joker. I can't remember,
Yeah, it scared me.
but it was legit. Yeah, he was legit.
Yeah, but that scared me. Yeah, I remember getting excited to see because it was like the Joker, but it was not.
See that movie, yeah, the Joker was scarier than this movie.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
to
Because
this,
that
right
was
now, if I
chaos.
watch it right now, he's freaky.
Yeah, and he's got his own that music too in that.
Yeah.
There's like that uneasy
That
tone. Yeah.
Yeah, that
When
was
he shows
great. That was great.
Wow, what a film!
That
The
was
Dark
great
Knight.
film.
If
Does
you're
not
on the edge.
does not qualify as horror.
But yeah, go watch The Dark Knight.
But I would watch
instead
that
of this.
before I would watch this. I just feel like this movie, like I say, is a lot of the movies. It's just going to be very forgettable. It's not going to stick with you. It's just one of them horror movies. You watch it because you're a horror fan, and you're hoping. But
And we were hoping.
I was hoping.
We
I mean, great.
I was hoping.
Again, I don't know if that's a premise or just a scene. I feel like a premise is more fleshed out.
It's a better premise
scene.
though. They run away.
They run away.
A class of them runs away, and
I mean, I don't know what I would
more.
do differently, that I would come up with a better reason for them to run away and then a better way to resolve it.
yeah, see, I didn't mind that because I was like, oh, it's different enough.
The movie itself, after you
No, the
saw it.
reason I was like, cool, whatever. What else are you gonna do?
I don't know what else you're going to do.
I mean, I could think of one thing.
Watch the trailer. And that's all you really need to see. Just file it away in your imagination, because you'll be wasting.
It felt like a long time too.
It did feel like a long time.
It's 2 hours. But dude,
Yeah.
I don't know if
So
our seats were uncomfortable or what, but I was sitting there, I was like, this is a long 2 hours.
Long 2 hours.
And that's coming from someone. I saw The Batman, since we're on the topic. That's a 3-hour movie. I saw that 5 times in the theater.
I saw Raiders Lost Ark 12 times in the theater.
So the point is, we know when a movie feels long and when one is a breeze.
So if you had to rate this before we go to spoilers, which is how we always run the show.
Yeah, I'm going to give it 3.
Yeah, I mean, just because you
It's
can't
below
really,
average,
just because
you
you
know.
can't really give something a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that needs to be reserved for
You know what,
a
I'll
real
give it a 4.
bomb.
Thinking about some of the
If
movies.
5 is average,
Yeah, it's below average.
it's definitely below average. I'm gonna give it a.
Because like a 1 would be like The Last Jedi, Thor: Love and Thunder.
Thor: Love and Thunder would be like a 2.
No, it wouldn't. You're mistaking what
Last
Thor
Jedi
is.
is 1 or 0. Is 0 on the scale? Or
If
is
it is on the
1?
scale, then
I know
those 2 movies
it's
are
probably,
0.
It's probably not, is it? 0 is probably not.
1 through 10.
1 through 10.
Yeah.
I give this a 3. I mean, the actors were.
That one girl's on a
enjoyable.
run.
Who is that girl?
Julia Garden? No, that's a. I don't know. She's on a run though. She was in The Wolfman.
Oh,
she was in
yeah.
the Fantastic Four, and now she's in this.
Where was she in the Fantastic Four?
She's the Silver Surfer. She's probably getting
Stop. She's a Silver Surfer.
there. Yeah. Yeah, and she wasn't. Really,
I would never have known that. I mean, her voice is what they used, because it's definitely not her.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, it's not
called
her likeness.
acting.
It's not her likeness.
What isn't her likeness? I think
This girl's probably 5'2" and 97 pounds, and
dude, she's the Silver Surfer.
I know
They just took her.
Silver Surfer's probably 6 foot tall and
What are you talking
built
about?
much differently. I feel like the Silver Surfer is probably not 5'2", and the Silver Surfer
in the new Fantastic Four movie.
I know, and the Silver Surfer's got a little more meat on her bones. It seems like she could do something.
Yeah, it's the same girl though. I don't know.
All right, but it seems like they should get somebody a little closer to the actual creature.
What are you talking about right now? What do you mean the actual creature? Where were they going to get that? Where were they going to go find an alien who rides around?
Gail, whatever her name is.
She's terrible at acting.
I don't know if she's terrible at acting, but she has a figure that matches the Fantastic or the Silver Surfer.
First of all, the Silver Surfer
Always
been a
male.
male.
Whatever. So let's start there. But I mean, if you're gonna,
And the little nerds in
This
the comments
is
are going to
completely
say,
irrelevant.
well, in the
This is-
one universe, the Silver Surfer is
That's
a
all right.
woman in the Planet
this is a
X
completely
universe.
irrelevant conversation. It has nothing to do with anything.
The point is she's in a lot lately.
She's in a lot lately,
This
yes.
is her year. And this
Right.
was by far, I think, her weakest performance out of those 3. I
thought she gave a
buying
good performance. I just don't know that the story is anything to write home about.
Well, yeah.
I think Josh Brolin did a nice job.
I mean, I don't think he can do
that
a
principal
bad job.
guy
Oh, Wong, yeah.
did a nice job.
Yeah.
The
Little kid did good.
little
Maybe.
kid did good. Yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
people did fine. There's just nothing to the story. I gave it a 3. I don't recommend going to see it. If you like horror, take our word for it. This is not the movie. Try
Yeah.
something else and maybe you'll hit on that. There's all kinds of these second-rate horror movies out there. Try a different one because this one is not it.
Yeah.
Cool premise. You see them kids running
Intriguing
away.
trailer, you know.
Awesome. Does not live up to the billing. So let's just go into spoiler alert.
Let's start. I didn't like the way it started at all either.
That's what I was going to say. They start out and the kids have already gone. They're already.
They rush right by what is the coolest part, but also that voiceover. There's no that could have been shot a lot better. They say this is where the story starts, only for the later half of the movie, or the later portion of the movie, to then go back before the kids ran away.
They don't really go back before the kids ran away.
That whole little kid section is all before the kids run away.
What little kid section?
The main kid. His little point of view is like all before that.
Because like we said, they tell it by person. And they tell it from the one kid. The trailers make it seem like the whole class is gone. They don't say that there is one kid left behind.
Yeah.
And yeah, his piece of the story is all before everybody leaves. I guess they saved that for last because that's explaining
everything. Yeah, I had a real issue with we're gonna do it bit by bit because you're doing a lot of retreading as well.
Yeah, which
at
is
the beginning.
Which again, for the 2-hour runtime, that's why I think, because you're watching a lot of the same scenes again, just from the different characters' point of view.
Yeah, and there's two characters that are just useless who have a point of view. They just end up being
The drug
nothing.
dealer.
The drug dealer and the cop.
Yeah.
They kind of just are.
Yeah, they really are. They are. You totally could have, because what does the drug dealer lend to the story? He finds the place, but
Josh Brolin figured it out.
Yeah.
And if you went in there not knowing that they're in the basement,
that would be better. That would be a little Silence of the Lambishes.
Yeah, you don't know what's about to be in the house.
That might have been some suspense or bordering on horror, where they're going into the house. You know that the house, something's wrong.
Yeah. So you take out those two guys, you take out all the... and I feel like you would have had a lot better of a movie and a narrative if you just would have put their scenes, you know what I mean?
You could have...
interjecting with each other. It would have made the runtime feel less, because you're sticking with this character, and I feel like the story or the writer was like, okay, I have to go day by day with them. I have to show their entire day. She wakes up, she goes to school, she sits in the parking lot, she watches the kid leave, she talks to the cop, she goes out, she wakes up the next morning with the cop. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing that bugged me.
Dragging on with
that. Yeah. But here's the thing, and this is... I have problems with movies sometimes where they're like, okay, there's no way. So Josh Brolin paints witch in bright red letters, giant red letters across this girl's car. And then there's times in the movie where she's sneaking around the neighborhood, sneaking around the school in her car, which has big red letters that say witch on it. It wouldn't... I mean, she's not sneaking anywhere with that.
Yeah, I can't get anywhere with that.
So that bugged me a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't like the point of view, the chapters, however you want to say it. Those dragged the movie down for me. I didn't like the voiceover. I didn't like the fact that you just kind of like brushed by the whole, well, kids ran away. And then you
know what? They even brushed by the whole
investigation of it. There's just nothing. It just is...
Yeah, it's like...
That doesn't feel like a problem in the story.
You're right. It doesn't... Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put... Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's a issue.
Do that, and then they go 1 month later, everybody has to go back to school. And so everybody's like over it, even though they shouldn't be, because
again, how are you going to be a whole... Yeah.
Like the girl, whatever her name is, she's like flirting with this cop kind of.
Yeah, I thought that was strange too. She's in the middle of 17 kids have disappeared. She's at the heart of it, and people are blaming her. And yeah, she's seducing this cop that she has no business seducing, and having a good old time with it.
Yeah, that's why. And yeah, just the kids running away never was anything.
Yeah, it really wasn't. It really wasn't a central issue.
Yeah, I never, like, there was times where I was watching it, and I was like, wait a second, there's like kids missing in this story somewhere. You know what I mean? You just get, there's so many, and there's like 12 point of views too. Eventually I was like, oh, this is like the last one, we're going to start moving the story, and it was just another one, another character, another character.
You're right, the story doesn't really go very far, because you just watch the same story 6 different times or 4 different times,
and you keep going back, just a different guy doing a different thing that day, and it's nothing. Like we said, the cop and the drug dealer, they're just, and the whole drug dealer was like a goofball.
Yeah,
in a movie that's supposed
but
to
that guy did a great job. See, again, I think the actor did a great job.
Yeah.
And I got a kick out of that guy. He looked like a wreck.
Yeah.
He did a good job on his part, but like you say, I don't know that was needed. I don't know that it really,
it didn't do anything.
It didn't do anything that couldn't have been done more efficiently or better.
Yeah,
other
and
way.
everything was just over-explained as well.
Yeah.
Like, if that teacher, the principal, at one point, he gets abducted by the witch. Oh, by the way, it's a witch that stole these kids.
Yeah, it's a witch.
But
stupid.
He gets abducted by the witch. You see that whole sequence of him, which is one of the cooler scenes, but also it's like, if he would just ran up on them in that parking lot, and you didn't know what happened to him, there's still... That's more intriguing than knowing exactly what happened to him.
Yeah, and then get to it at some point. Yeah, and have it come out in the end. Show us in the end, and then you can piece it together because you're an intelligent moviegoer. But, yeah. Shoot, I forgot to enlarge that one, I guess. So, yeah, and then you see this picture here, though, with that kid like that. Very misleading. Very misleading. You think the kid's going to be a haunted kid or something.
Yeah. So the thing is a witch. Whatever took these kids ends up being a witch.
But let's go into that. Why? She comes up. First of all, she comes to stay with this family randomly as an aunt. Maybe she is. Maybe she's not. I don't know. Yeah. Is she really their aunt, or did she come here to abduct kids? Yeah, I don't know. So there's that problem you never really get. But then, so she all of a sudden just commandeers the family, just for what reason, I don't know.
But also just with the, I mean, is it that easy to do? Every kid goes missing, cops are swarming the area, and all of a sudden, oh, this kid's dad had a stroke and her
that to me is total. The wife just disappeared because only the dad went. They had an explanation for that. Oh, he just had a stroke and he can't speak, but he can sit there like a zombie, and apparently that counts for something.
Yeah.
And the wife is in the same catatonic state, but she just isn't in the picture when the police come to question her or anything. And then this aunt, the witch, is speaking for everybody, and the principal acts like he never saw her before, which he would have if this kid is at the heart of the investigation.
Yeah, the whole town would have seen.
Yeah,
everybody would know who she is.
So, but then, okay, so I guess she's sick and dying. Maybe she's sucking the life force out of the parents. Is that what she was doing? I don't know.
Yeah, they never really explained that either.
I mean, that's because she convinced the boy, I'm dying. But if you can help me, I will go home if I feel better. So if you steal something from each of the kids so that she can cast a spell, then maybe she'll feel better and she'll get to go home, and that kid then will be rid of her.
Yeah.
So he does that, and then they got the kids down, and the kids all run from their homes because they got a spell cast on them and run into their basement. There's no security cams that can piece together these routes. There's no way
Josh does it in the morning.
He does it in the morning, but there's only 2 of them, but nobody else has. I mean, I would think that every camera in that town, would have been.
They would have activated if there was movement.
Yeah. But I mean, that would have been the invest. Everybody check your cameras. We don't know where these kids went. We don't know what they're doing. Please check your cameras. If you have anything, send it to us. So you would get their route a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Off chance. I don't know.
Or you could do what Josh Brolin did.
Yeah.
Draw a line.
Draw a line. My kid went that way. But then also, that was wrong too, because they all came down the street and turned around. He said they went in a straight line from these 2 houses.
But yeah, at the end they showed
them all coming around the bend and turning down, following the roads, which is not how they...
Yeah.
I thought there was going to be something cool because he was looking out the window and he was like, my kid ran straight down this path, and then he looks up and there's a 5G tower. I was like, all right, we're going to do something here. All right, yeah, we're going to get crazy.
And then he dreams of a giant AR over his house.
That was stupid. So yeah, at one point Josh Brolin's having a dream, a nightmare, and there's a giant M16 or AR-4, whatever, and it's got the time in digital. I was like, what?
And it never
are you trying to, what are you... Did this get good reviews? Is this getting good reviews?
I don't know. I didn't want to look.
I just would be surprised. I just feel like
it's a lot of nothing.
It's a lot of nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I almost was expecting them to go like a modern Pied Piper tale. With these kids, that's what I thought from the first trailer was they're going to do, somebody kidnapped these kids.
In
a better way.
I don't know that I would have come up with something better. Like I said, I think that's what I honestly think happens. Is, wouldn't it be sweet if the kids all disappeared in the middle of the night and ran away and nobody knew, and that's it. That's all they had, and then they built around that. I mean, they didn't want to tell a witch story, I don't think.
No.
And then they came up with, the witch makes them run away in the middle of the night. I don't think that's what happened.
The ending is atrocious, too. Yeah. It turns into like a complete
joke. Which it seems to be how these horror movies are going anymore. Like I say, with Late Night with the Devil, that Demi Moore one, The Substance, and I swear to God there was one that we keep talking about, where it just goes, they just go over the edge too far. Like these kids, two grown adults can't break down the bathroom door, but these little kids in whatever their grade they are, 5th grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, in a rampage are just busting through the neighborhood, tearing down doors and houses, and it's comedic. They do it for comedic
like
value.
the witch, it's like Ferris Bueller's Day Off when he's running home at the end.
Yeah, you see her running by, and then all of a sudden a pack of kids come running by.
And the thing about it too that annoyed me was, one, you're doing this was supposed to be like a serious movie, whatever that means. But it obviously had a tone of, look, we're doing something, we're trying to be creepy or whatever.
The overall tone of the movie is different than the trailer, which makes me feel I got slighted.
Well, no, I'm talking about the whole movie, and then it's just like one big Ferris Bueller reference at the end. But, I forgot what I was going to... There's like these kids, the kids running. The point of the movie is, you see it back here, they run like this for whatever reason.
True.
And they put together that the principal attacked them in the parking lot, he ran like that too. So it's like, they're under the same, you could have got there without that.
Right.
But they make it a point that they run with this pattern. At the end, the kids are just running.
They're just running. It's a bunch of kids running.
Yeah, they're not doing that thing with their arms folded or hanging out.
They're running like kids. You're 100% right. I didn't catch that.
Which is something it's...
Yeah,
don't make it a point of the movie if you're not going to follow... Again, that shows that you're just like, let's just do something funny. Let's do a little gag at the end to get the witch. Don't. Just... do it.
Yes, if you created the rule of your universe was that the kids...
For whatever
when you're
reason,
under the spell,
like that.
Which I thought was kind of weird. I don't know why they run like that, but like you say, that's a rule in your universe, is that when you're under the spell from the witch, you run like this.
Yeah.
And they just threw that out the window for, I don't know why. Yeah, why do you do that? Yeah. Nobody in the room was like, dude, they're just running normal now. Yeah, I know, we don't care anymore. What?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah.
Because you pointed out in the movie is the other thing. There's dialogue in the movie that points it out.
Not only is it just something you're figuring out on your own, but there's,
Yeah.
It's a point in the movie. It's just, like I say, I think you're better off just go find another movie, a horror movie on Netflix that you haven't seen. Might be a second tier one. There's all these oddball horror movies. Yeah. Try one of those, because maybe you'll hit on that, but I just can't recommend that. It was a disappointment.
I really had high hopes.
The trailer's the coolest thing. Save yourself 2 hours, take my word for it. Or if you just want to test how well you match up with our evaluation of movies, watch it and see if you give it much more than a 3 or 4.
Yeah, there's definitely, there's tidbits in there that are cool. You give them credit, but they don't, it's not enough for the movie to stand on for me.
No, me either.
So.
Disappointment.
Yeah. Other than that, Good thing they announced the Batman release date, or else this would have been a bad week for pop culture.
Yeah. So what's next on the horizon, movie wise?
I don't even know. There's something at the end here. I don't want to say Tron. We didn't talk about Tron last week either. Our bad.
That's coming up. That's the next thing.
No, it's something else. Oh,
One that we've.
Primitive War.
Is this week?
No, I think it's end of August.
That's coming up quick.
Woo!
Sports fans. All right.
Primitive War.
Hopefully that will live up to expectations.
Yeah, there's no way it can't. We've seen the whole movie and just.
Yeah, we've probably seen it all in the trailer, but you know, we need to see the details.
Yeah.
We need to see the gore.
We need to see the bad acting between terrible CGI dinosaurs running around. We need to see that.
Maybe that's the tagline.
Oh, weapons.
Bad CGI dinosaurs between bad acting. Name that movie. Primitive War. All right, if you like this episode, or even if you don't, just do us a favor and hit the like. Send a subscription notice to your friends, and
if you're a weapons fan, please leave a comment below.
Let us know what you thought.
We won't respond. We won't respond to anybody arguing.
No, I would respond. I mean, I'm not like aggressively against the movie. I'm just saying.
I am. Yeah, I mean, it's a disappointment. You're going to have those from time to time, and you just need to accept it for what it is. It wasn't what you thought they were selling.
It just bugs me when the script or when the trailer, they're selling you something different in the trailer. Like you say, the whole tone of that movie is not the tone in the trailer.
Yeah, and the trailer never even, since we're talking about it, it never even gives hint to the cop or the principal or the drug dealer to any degree of like importance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was really thinking it was going to be the
Josh
girl
Brolin.
and Josh Brolin and this mystery that happened to this town, and they take it in their own hands because the cops are...
Yeah, you know what? I thought it was more going to be
out.
like, you ever see the Mothman Prophecies with Richard Gere?
No.
Good freaky movie if you haven't seen that. Also based on a true story. If you haven't seen
Was this real? They said this was real. Did this happen?
No. Yeah, that was stupid too. I don't know why. The first thing, they got a little girl narrating at the beginning, and she says, "This is all true." I mean, why? Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that movie is creepy. It's dark, and it's like two people are trying to figure out what, they're going and interviewing people and trying to figure out. It's kind of like an X-Files episode. That's what I feel like this could have been more. That's what the trailer I think implies.
Yeah.
Something paranormal,
creepy happened.
Some paranormal weird. And Josh Brolin is the possessed dad, not possessed, but obsessed dad trying to find out what happened to his son. But you don't really even get that. Like you say, it's just the kid's missing is kind of like not the central issue somehow. And I don't know that there is another issue.
There isn't an issue.
There isn't any urgency with it.
Yeah, it just feels like it's forgotten and again, you just skip forward whatever month and you lose all that.
Yeah, because it's a month later and people are just trying to move on, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if that would even happen. 17 kids is like a lot.
Yeah, it's not like
one kid
you have a family
missing.
of 5 and one went missing. Well, we still got 4. We're good.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It really fell flat.
Fell flat.
Oh well.
Fell flat.
We'll be here next week.
We'll be here next week, maybe with something. I don't know what, but thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Leave some comments. Leave your thoughts if you've seen this movie, and let us know what you think.
Yeah, please do.